Welcome to the DTB podcast presented by Bless Your Heart Nonprofit Corporation. I'm Raj Jamba and I'll be your host, filling in for our regular host, Brendan Mathern, as we speak to some of the most interesting people up and down Bayou Lafourche. Today we're sitting down with Consuelo Semino and Marcus Danos, board members of South Lafourche High School Project Graduation. Consuelo, Marcus, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So Consuelo, Marcus, you guys are heading up Project Graduation along with other board members, but first we want you to introduce yourselves. So tell us who you are, where you're from, who's your mom and dad, just the basics.
All right. So I'm Consuelo, but better known as Cooney. My husband is Mark Semino, and I have 4 children, Shani, Kobe, Jamie, and Gregory, right? And my parents are Wayne Hoop St. Pierre and Myra St. Pierre.
Marcus?
And I'm Marcus Danos, born and raised Cutoff. Wife is Beth Pierce Danos. We have 1 daughter, Sarah, and my mom is Melinda Guidry Danos, and my dad is the late Kent Danos.
So, like I said a little while ago, you guys are on the board for Project Graduation, and that's what we want to discuss today. But for people that may not know, what is Project Graduation and what is its purpose for the school?
So Project Graduation is a program designed to promote the message that all seniors should celebrate important milestones, such as graduation from high school, free from the temptation of alcohol and drugs. It's really just a big old celebration that we throw for the kids. We collect donations throughout the year, and we have things sponsored all by our amazing community, and we just give the kids a night of fun and prizes to help them move on to their next chapter in their lives, whether it be college or work.
Gotcha. So you guys are on the board, so what specific roles do you guys cover, or what are some of the other people that are on the board?
So I'm the president. Amber Guidry is the vice president. Jean Wells is the treasurer. Bonnie Louviere is the secretary, and Marcus is our director and in charge of our social media and output.
So Marcus, I guess we know what Cooney does as president, but what does the director and social media guy do?
Yeah, so just basically trying to get the community involved, get our message out to not only the parents of the graduating class, but also the community, right? Keep everyone aware of everything that we have coming up, events, fundraisers, different things that we have that we need their help with.
Yeah, and I think that's important too because like we were talking before, I saw the thing about the shrimp ball coming up, but I didn't know about the boo buckets. And then I saw you shared it on social media, and social media is an awesome thing when used appropriately, right? So that's y'all main way to get the message out to different people.
Yeah, out to the public, and then internally with the class and the parents, we have Google Classroom and things internally that
I got you.
That we keep. That's more on the private side of things that we have coming up, getting volunteers and things of that nature.
Cool. So explain to me how you become a board member for a Project Graduation. So
at the end of every year and the beginning of the next year, school year, a new board is elected into the Project Graduation Board Association, I guess you want to call us. And it's kind of just a little vote. Everybody kind of gets together and says, okay, who wants to be, and we kind of raise our hands, I guess, and get at it. Sometimes you have a lot of people who want to jump up and help, and sometimes you have nobody who wants to jump up and help. I
had no intention of getting this involved at the initial meeting. Just spurred a moment, threw my hand up, and nobody said no. So
So all of the board members all have kids who are seniors.
Yeah,
correct.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so and that's how we run it. If your kid's a senior and you get to be on the board, we get to run all these different committees and get everything together to where we get ready for the night of, which is on the night of graduation. So they leave graduation and they come to Project Graduation, and it's a night. It starts about 10:30, 11, and we don't let them go till about 5 o'clock in the morning, where they get games and prizes.
Just in time for McDonald's breakfast.
Well, we already feeding them breakfast, so they don't need McDonald's.
Yeah, so in addition to the board, right, so like she said, the different committees, we have several committees because it's a lot to undertake for just 5 people. So on top of all of the parent volunteers and student volunteers, we broke it down into you have fundraising, donations, and prizes, decorations, food, registration, entertainment, all of that. So smaller groups within the larger group to help kind of get those things moving.
So does any funding come from anywhere else outside of donations?
No.
Nope.
It's pretty much just based on communal donation.
It
Correct.
is just based on donations.
And so I assume that it's still, because it's still going on, it's been successful in the past years.
Absolutely. And, I mean, we're very blessed in the community that we live in, right? I mean, the people around here give until they can't give anymore, probably more than they should give in most instances. But when you put something out, they're jumping on it.
Yeah, because Marcus and I were talking about this before, but I don't remember Project Graduation being there when I graduated.
2007 is when it began.
Well, there you go, 2000. Yeah.
Way past our prime.
Yeah. Back in the day, back in my day, we didn't have Project Graduation.
Yeah, not in my day neither.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you guys may have planned for this year's event?
We kind of doing it a little bit different this year. Every year, kind of the parents just plan everything, and then the kids get to walk in and see what it is. This year, we did it a little bit differently. We've decided to ask for their input. So we've asked the kids. We've put out questionnaires on what they'd like to eat, what drinks they'd like, and then we've also asked them what kind of games and prizes they'd want for themselves. We want to make it as inclusive as we can without giving them all the info, because we'd like to keep our theme secret this year.
Gotcha. So what kind of games and types of things is that giving away the secret?
No, so typically you'll have like large inflatable things, so there's all of these different, whether it's obstacle course or, football toss, just all of these different things. And that's
Hungry Hippos.
kind of one of the things that we've asked their input, like what's something y'all would enjoy doing. And
I assume like a DJ and different stuff like that.
yeah, music,
yeah.
Food, entertainment.
Pedro, little poker games going on that they can like win different prizes. That's and cool. Things like that.
Yeah.
One thing too to get the kids' involvement, right? So they're helping as well throughout all of these different fundraising events and different things that we're doing. And for the hours that they're putting in, there's tickets, right? So they kind of use that on top of the gifts that we're giving them as a graduation gift. You have options to win more, right? So
sweat equity.
The more tickets you have, right, the bigger your chances are at winning something that's maybe a bigger prize than something that we're going to be providing to them.
Yeah, and I would imagine as they're volunteering, they get service hours and stuff like that.
Yeah, they can continue to get service hours for school and stuff like that. So they kind of get a 2 times benefit whenever they're working.
That's awesome.
With us like that.
So this is open to any senior. Is there anything that they need to do to be able to participate in Project Graduation?
So there's usually a $25 charge. Okay. And this year we're going to do a charge. Some kids can't afford it, and we don't mind that. We know that the economy is tough right now, and we want to help them, and be as inclusive as possible, as we said before. We have 219 seniors currently at South Lafourche High School. We have currently 100 seniors signed up, which is a huge bonus to us. And some of those students did a pick a number, pledge a number type sheet. And so some students raised $300 for their entrance. That'll go to help pay for some of those kids who can't pay to come in.
That's awesome.
Or they can just pay their $25 to come in, and that's it.
So, Coney, you said that y'all got 100 students. So is that pretty much on par for looking at the years previous, or where does that
so it looks
fall?
like we kind of ahead of where it's been last year. They had 26 seniors signed up in March.
Wow.
This year we already have 100. And we're looking, usually we try and get everybody signed up by December so we could do all the shopping.
And you're right.
We got a lot of shopping to do.
Yeah, that's a lot of preparation.
Yeah, each kid gets 3 gifts. So, we know we want to be able to get out there and do the shopping when the sales come out for Christmas time and stuff like that. So trying to get them signed up as early as possible. And this year we kind of went digital with things. Usually it's a paper-based form. We decided to go Google Forms where kids can just hurry up and fill it out, and no need to be paper-based if we don't have to be.
So, y'all gonna have bouillie?
I mean, we had one kid ask for it.
I don't have a senior, so it's not my kid that asked for it.
Might be mine.
Yeah. That kid needs an award. So you guys said that pretty much everything y'all do is based on fundraisers and donations from the community. So what are some of the fundraisers that you've guys done, and then what do you have coming up?
So basically, like Cooney said, the pick a number registration, that was really the first thing that we kind of kicked off. Each student had a form, basically numbered 1 through 24, and you just start asking family and friends, hey, would you like to pick a number and donate? So that was a big grab in the beginning to help get this thing kicked off. And since then, we've started with the tarpons yard signs. You get fished, right? So that's something that the students are going around. So we have 2 sets of signs. They go around, kind of hang out with their friend. Hey, go from yard to yard each night.
Right.
Put the tarpons and the fish sign in place, and then
they really enjoy this one. We got some kids that want to be ninjas and never get caught, and some kids that are like, well, we're going to go really late at night, and they really enjoy it. We let them be our charter captains, we call them this year.
Yeah. So, and from there, Tarpons Volleyball has been gracious enough to allow us to do concessions for all of their home games. So we've been doing that. You mentioned the booed buckets. Mm-hmm. So that's something that we'll be kicking off for Halloween. Just a simple bucket full of treats and goodies. Coming up, our big one coming up, shrimp ball, right? So November 5th at the Oak Ridge Golden Meadow Park. Mm-hmm. We'll be having boiled shrimp, your normal sides, and they may have some other things coming with that to be determined, right?
Yeah. What kind of support do you guys have to be able to get this shrimp ball off and running?
So we've had huge support in getting this kicked off. Louisiana Seafood Marketing Board will be supplying all of the shrimp to us.
Awesome.
Headless shrimp at that, right?
Yeah.
So a pound of shrimp is going to be a pound of shrimp, right?
That's a benefit right there.
Exactly. Also, Lafourche Parish Fire District 3 has stepped up. They'll be doing all of the boiling for us, providing some of the workforce and some of the supplies to get this going. And then, of course, Mr. Mike and Ms. Blanche Colley, who are a huge support to this community for pretty much anything that you need, right? So that's what we have going on with the shrimp boil, and appreciate all of those sponsors helping to get that going.
Awesome. So November 5th at Oak Ridge Park, or the Golden Meadow Park, for people that don't know, it's actually called Oak Ridge, in the little cabane on the side.
Yep. And
what time? What's the times?
11 to 2 right now. But you never know. Things may there's some other things in the works that may be going on.
Yeah. Do you buy tickets, or can you just drive up and buy a plate? How's that working?
So
go ahead.
Okay, so we're looking to pre-sale everything. We have 2 options right now. We'll have physical tickets that you can give out to family, friends, whatever. They can pay cash, whatever, or we can go online. There's a site called Give Butter that we're set up through, and it allows electronic payments. So you can go on there. If you sign up through Give Butter, it'll give you a ticket at the time of purchase as well.
Gotcha.
And the plates will be $15 a plate. Additionally, to the shrimp, we'll have sweets and soft drinks, things like that, for purchase.
Cool. So we always get this question too, like for raffles and stuff like that. So if you purchase online, it gives you the ticket. Do you have to have the ticket, or you guys are going to have a list of all the people?
We'll have a list, but you also have
You'll have to have the ticket when you come to get your shrimp. Cool.
Yep.
Man.
And we'll have bouillie.
I'm there. I'll be there. And you can now go wrong with some good ball shrimp. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's awesome that Louisiana Seafood is being able to. I mean, that's the bulk of your cost right there. So
very blessed to have them.
Yeah, no doubt.
And yeah, ball shrimp is the number 1 greatest food in the world. I stand behind that statement. So
we got a question. So we're gonna move into the rapid fire questions, and that's gonna be one of the questions that you may be able to use for an answer. So for our rapid fire questions, we want to ask you just 5 random down the bar related questions. You can answer with the first thing that comes to your mind, one word, or you can explain if you want. It's up to you. So the first question, we'll go Cooney then Marcus. The first question, if you can have one final meal, what would it be and who would cook it?
It would be boiled crabs, but the crabs have to be caught on the beach. Fat females full of eggs. Sorry, that's how it goes. And either Mark or I would have to cook it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got to be spicy.
So Marcus is this boiled shrimp.
So it's a take on boiled shrimp, right? So my wife is cooking it. Beth's, I think it was her grandma or grandpa's recipe, but New Orleans style barbecue shrimp. Man, fresh out the pot with all that butter and hot French bread to go on the side of that. That's
Can't go wrong with there.
exactly.
So the next question, in the past we talked a lot about gumbo and potato salad, and you see this on social media. Does it go in the gumbo or out the gumbo? But white beans, does it go on top of jambalaya or on the side?
It depends on who's jambalaya. I mean,
Or who's white beans?
but most white beans just go on top of white rice and with some fried fish or fried shrimp on the side.
Amen.
Yeah,
Roti pork.
if you're trying to ruin the jambalaya, then you put the white beans on top of it,
Yeah,
I guess, right? I mean, you keep that off to the side over some rice. And while we're talking about jambalaya, why doesn't anyone make a red jambalaya anymore?
My dad does,
Bruh,
and man,
exactly.
it's so
I
good.
grew up on, my mom will get mad, but my dad would cook it. She says he stole her recipe, right? So, but just a red jambalaya, shrimp and sausage jambalaya. I didn't eat brown jambalaya till I was
I
an
never knew what
adult.
a brown
Like,
jambalaya was. And my
yeah.
dad makes a red jambalaya with shrimp and sausage and biga nose and oysters in it. And man, it's just the best. When he calls and he's like, I'm making red jambalaya, like the whole house fills.
And you ain't messing that up with white beans.
No,
Oh, no,
absolutely not.
no.
So a follow-up question that we've been asking on that one was, the white beans, is it homemade or are you cool with Blue Runner?
Oh, no, it's got to be homemade. And you got to cook that low and slow. I mean, hours and hours on it.
Yep.
So I probably don't know the difference because I didn't start eating like any beans until my adult life, right? I
Really?
grew up not eating red beans, white beans, lima beans, nothing.
Bro, you wasted like 18 years of
I
your
know,
life.
I know. I regret it now.
Favorite snowball flavor?
It would have to be, Grom's is gone. It was Grom's ice cream flavored snowball
Are they yellow?
with a bunch of pet milk on top.
Yeah.
So I always hear everyone say Groms and Missy Lanes, right? I'm from Cutoff. I grew up
you're
on Cool
Cool
Wave,
Wave.
you know. Stuffed strawberry from Cool Wave back in the day. But recently I have discovered nectar and cream from Snowed In. And let me tell you, it's a game changer.
So I could be wrong, but I'm 90% sure that nectar and cream at Missy Lane is a pink lady. So if you go to Missy Lane, you see ask for a pink lady, I'm pretty sure that that's what that is.
And look, Missy Lane, great snowballs, right?
Oh, it's 1 and 1A.
Right.
Yeah.
But being from Cutoff, that was a far trip up the bayou back in the day,
You're
you know.
supporting West, do say.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, shout out to Wes.
So the next question, jar roux, sometimes or never?
Never. It's not allowed in my house, and neither is kitchen bouquet. Why you gotta fake it?
on.
You better make it, don't fake it. I do not believe in faking your color.
I'm not even gonna let you answer, Marcus, because you might get shot.
Never in my home.
I mean, you got to cook.
You don't
a roux,
have to, bro.
You know, but listen, one of my uncles, to remain nameless, makes an excellent gumbo, and he led the cat out of the bag.
And it's a jar
years
roux?
back that most of the time uses a jar roux, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, can't really, as long as it's dark.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
So a lot of people, and I guess it's kind of the same, but a lot of people make a ton of roux, break it up, and then they'll freeze it and just use a little bit at a time. So I guess it's kind of the same, but
I guess.
it's different though to me if you buy it from the jars fresh.
You know, I'm going to call up my mom and my daddy. One year they said, oh, you're not even going to know that it's a jar roux. Boy, that gumbo was completely different. I'm sorry, mama. And look, my daddy, for Christmas, my daddy makes a seafood gumbo and a chicken gumbo. And you can taste the difference. Just make the roux. If you don't want to make it, call me. I'm going to come make it for you.
Make it for you. Right? It don't come with the smell.
No, you got to make your house smell like that,
Exactly.
man.
So the last question. You're at a Down the Bayou wedding reception. What song do you expect to hear?
Oh, Tina na.
It's a given.
Wayne Toops, Take My Hand.
Amen.
Gotta be.
So, Cooney Marcus, we appreciate you guys coming and talk about Project Graduation and informing us about it. There was a lot that I didn't know about it that, I've learned. But if somebody wanted to know more about Project Graduation or follow you guys, how would they go about that?
We're on Facebook, SLHS Project Graduation.
No, just keep looking out for us. I mean, we have quite a few other fundraisers coming up, Glitz and Glam, Purge Jam. We're going to have a raffle coming, cornhole tournaments, Tasty Creams on Thursday of this week. We got Tasty Cream Donut fundraiser.
Okay.
So, yeah, and we had bingo once a month with sweets for the sweet sale.
So
and you can get bouillie.
The bingo at the cutoff.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I did see you posted a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that'll do it for this episode of the DTV Podcast. This podcast is presented by Bless Your Heart Nonprofit Corporation. Please visit our website at blessyourheartnonprofit.com to learn more about our organization and support our work. Be sure to follow and subscribe to the DTV Podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also get more content by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at the DTV Podcast. I'm Raj Jumbo, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.